former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani joins me now to discuss this bodega story, which has really enraged an entire city. And Mayor, thank you so much for coming on. A pitiful decision by the DA's office. I wish I was surprised.
Oh, but you know, predictable. From the moment he wrote that letter on January 1st or January 2nd, where he disavowed his oath of office to prosecute crimes and listed whole categories of crimes, including armed robbery and resisting arrest, which is like an assault on the police. This has been happening day after day in our city. It's the reason that crime is up 40% in New York.
Right.
I mean, the press has like a love affair with Adams, but he's actually a worse mayor than de Blasio. Crime is up 40% under Adams. This is the ex-cop.
Yeah.
He's doing everything wrong. He's charming them. He's wearing very expensive jewelry, but he's lying completely. The cops completely despise him, and he is completely owned by Bragg.
And that's my question is, what do you do about Alvin Bragg? I mean, if you were in there and you had a guy like Alvin Bragg elected while you were in office, what do you do?
Well, first of all, I would go see the governor, who desperately needs Adams' support to get elected. And I tell her, you don't have my support unless you remove him. The governor of the state of New York, right in the Constitution of the state, has the power to remove a district attorney who doesn't prosecute the law. He doesn't prosecute the law for a living. I mean, he prosecutes less laws than he declines prosecution more often than he prosecutes.
Yeah.
So he could have been removed just for the letter when he said he wasn't going to do it. The words of the Constitution say the governor can remove a prosecutor who does not enforce the law. Alvin Bragg fits that definition. So do about 8 other prosecutors in New York.
And all across the state.
Adams, if he was a real mayor, a real leader, and not a totally dishonest political fraud, would sit down with the governor and say, remove him. My people are being killed, lady. I want him removed. And boy, you're not getting elected without my support.
Yeah.
And he did, and she wouldn't get elected. Although now he's at 29%. So I'm not sure that.
And to his credit, and I know that you don't like Adams. I get it. But Adams did speak out against this. It seems that he's in the camp, and there's bipartisan support for this. There's a group of city council members that have sent a letter.
What he said was actually rather pathetic, Rob. What he said was this shouldn't have happened. What he should have said was Bragg should be removed.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you comment on this one case, but not the 40% increase in crime.
Right.
And you're telling me I should give him credit for that? I mean, that's part of the problem. Part of the problem is he has a great line, and it's all fluff, no substance. What he should have said yesterday as a result of this is that guy should be removed. Because my people are being violated because of him, and my obligation to my people is more than my obligation to my party.
One last question. I don't understand. I mean, as everything gets worse and worse throughout the country, they keep doubling down on this, let's go easy on criminals, soft on crime approach. Nobody's learning anything. No lessons are being learned. When does that change? I mean, it just has to be changed by voters, because apparently the people implementing these policies don't see this as a disaster. They see this as some kind of change in the works. It's
our fault. Yeah. We voted for them, right? Or enough of us did. We've been brainwashed. New York is brainwashed by the Democrat Party.
Yeah.
I mean, Chicago is a better example. It's a little easier in numbers. 50 years of Democrat rule in Chicago.
Yeah.
And every weekend we have murders at the level of a war, and they're mostly black young men.
Yeah.
And the black politicians never say a word about it, don't do anything about it, and haven't done anything about it for the last 50 years, except make a lot of money for their families.
Right.
That was the condition of Harlem that I took over. Charlie Rangel was in Harlem forever. Nobody would put a business in Harlem until I became mayor.
Right.
But Charlie made millions.
Yeah, it's something else. And
You've got to be honest and straight about what's going on.
Yeah.
The problem with Adams is He isn't.
That's scary.
He actually called the district attorney of Staten Island to have me prosecuted for filing a false complaint. Now, catch this. I never filed a complaint. The Democrats are specializing in prosecuting you for things you didn't do. A Republican would have been removed from office for doing that, interfering with the prosecution.
Mayor?
Him, they pay no attention to it.
Mayor, thank you so much.
We continue that, and we continue to have increases in crime.
I understand. I see the problem. Mayor, thank you so much for taking the time tonight. We do appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Good to see you, sir.